Richard, congratulations on The Hobbit. Is it a no-brainer when a role like this comes up for you, or do you think, hang on, 3 movies back to back, 18 months away, or what's your thought process like when a role like this comes up?
They didn't really get to the end of the sentence before I said, yes, I'm coming, I'll be in New Zealand. The interesting thing is being offered the job is very exciting, and then minutes later you start to think, hang on a minute, I've been given the responsibility of taking on this role, which has been in literature since the late 30s. Generations have read this book, and this character is beloved and by many people. So that responsibility is quite a scary thing to take on. But then, of course, I had my vision for the character, and then Pete's vision for the character, and his track record with Middle-earth. I went to New Zealand with a lot of trust.
Of course. Did the costume help you get into your role, or did you have any influence over, I want it to be this much hair, this much beard, or is there any collaboration there?
Yeah, definitely, every step of the way. I mean, initially we worked on Thorin in a much more decorative way. He looked much more princely. There was more kind of gold in his costume, and we stripped it all away because we felt that we wanted to look like a king that was in exile and someone that was a traveller, that was a fighter. So it became much more pared back and economical, and that was very much a discussion between us all. And anything that became decorative, we lost. The beard was an issue as well because they didn't want him to look too much like an old man, and at the same time, Tolkien talks about him having a forked beard that was tucked into the belt. Which I really wanted to try and achieve, but can you imagine trying to even move your head with a beard tucked into a belt? So yeah, it was very collaborative. Yeah.
Great. The first scene where we see you with all the dwarves, it's almost like we're watching a stag. Was that what it was like in real life? Was it raucous from the get-go?
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff in Bag End came out of an improvisation, actually.
Wow.
And unfortunately, Thorin doesn't turn up until the end, and then it all gets very serious. So he was never part of the party. So I used to sort of look through the window at all my friends throwing food around and drinking too much and feel a bit left out. But, that was the nature of the character. So,
of course.
So
And you were all in dwarf camp, I believe, for training.
Yes.
That must be some icebreaker in terms of getting to know the rest of the lads.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think it was ever designed that way. I think it was just all about going to train your body, do your own thing. But it did turn into a bonding experience. And there was a day when Terry Notary, who was training us, he said, "Okay, Rich, I want you to command your troops now. Take them outside." So we went out on this improvisation into the woods, and we ended up crouching in bushes, hiding from orcs. God. We became like kind of an SAS team. It was really useful and kind of fun as well.
Yeah. How much are you seeing as an actor? Like, when we're looking at it as this vast expanses of land, like, how much are you seeing? How much is green screen when you're there in the moment?
We did 10 weeks on location, and some of those landscapes that you are faced with your own eyes, you can't quite believe they're real. And also with Weta Digital's creation, I can't tell what's real in the movie now and what's created. Which is a testament to their fine work. But some of those landscapes, you look at them and you think, they'll never believe this is real.
Wow. I love the idea of home that comes up in this movie.
Yeah.
And Bilbo keeps coming back to it. Did you get any sense of homesickness while you were away, when you're constantly playing on this theme?
There were occasions when I sort of missed my friends more than my home. But I've never travelled so far in my life and felt more at home.
Wow.
There's something about New Zealand and the Kiwi culture which makes you feel comfortable and relaxed, and they're the friendliest, loveliest people you could ever meet. So we were really made to feel like one of the family, and the whole shoot was a sort of family affair. So
wow. So do you think you'd go back to New Zealand?
I'm missing New Zealand now. I feel like I'm getting homesick for New Zealand, but we're going back next year to finish the third film. Yeah.
Oh wow! And tell me, what is it like working with Aidan Turner and James Nesbitt as the Irish contingent? I hope they represented us well.
They did. I mean, Aidan plays my nephew, so we had some really. I mean, in the third film, we had some really kind of sensitive, intimate moments, and he's such a heroic character in the first movie, and his journey is fascinating, and he goes through all sorts of trauma. So it was a real privilege to play that with him, and he really kind of gave himself up to it. And of course, Jimmy is a consummate comedian who kept everyone laughing. And when Jimmy was on set, the atmosphere came alive. So And hearing those different voices, you know, the Northern Irish and the Southern Irish, it really gave texture to a wide, 13 dwarves, all with very distinctive voices. Those accents cut through. It was great.
The last Lord of the Rings movie, I think, won something like a ridiculous 11 Oscars. Do you think we'll get some Oscar buzz about The Hobbit?
Oh, gosh, I've no idea. I think in terms of technology, it's pushed forward so much. It would be a shame not to see some kind of award nod purely for what Pete's doing with cinema, but. Who can say? Fingers crossed.
Well, I have to say, I wasn't a Tolkien fan before, but you have absolutely converted me. Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate your time. Thank you.